it's an awful story, a pain no family should ever have to deal with. The Mahlangus are grieving the loss of their 13-year-old daughter, Tando, who was mowed down by a motorist as she participated in a traditional coming-of-age ceremony. The motorist refused to take an alternative route and plowed in through the crowd of girls, and as a result, little Tando lost her life. The motorist claims she thought she was under attack, but there is video footage of the incident that seems to contradict what she claims. Let's start with the family spokesperson, Mzwandile Soyaya, who I understand is also Tando's uncle. Mzwandile, very good morning to you. I can't imagine how difficult this time must be for you and your family.
Morning. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's very difficult as I'm having this interview with you. I'm having tears in my eyes, knowing that finally today she will get to appear in court.
This is now the motorist who was responsible for Tando's death. I mean, she was just 13 years old and her dreams ended in an instant.
That's quite true, and something that we never anticipated, because when she left that morning, going down there to attend the ceremony, we never thought that it could end up in such a tragedy.
Were you there when it happened, Mzwandile?
No, I was not there, but I was called by the mother because she was there. She witnessed everything as the car was going over her daughter.
All right, I'm going to ask you to stay on the line. Tando's mother, Sibongile, is on the line. Mom Sibongile, firstly, my heart goes out to you and your family for this incredibly, incredibly sad loss. How are you doing today?
I'm just strong. I'm not feeling like your mother. I'm just strong.
Umhlonyane is a ceremony that is a very special cultural tradition. How important was this day for you and your family and for Tando?
Go to the dinner to Mhlonyana, and then after that is Sweet Sunday. Sweet 16. So when I went there, it was on Friday. I go there Friday, and then I do the camp. Everything was fine, and then in the morning, the kids supposed to march, and then go to march, and then after, when bahamba bamarcha bastrola endleleni, and then umlungu wandlula, umlungu lo ochayise umntwana wathi abantwana wayi bangcono. Hayi angizange nginake le ndaba ngoba because bebamarcha, and then sahamba seza endlini eJartin la kunomsebenzi khona, and then masiza khona ke abantwana bayamarcha ngaphandle. Uma bemarcha ngaphandle ngapha ka right bavalile indlela, nangapha ka left bavalile indlela, and then
all right, Mama, I'm just gonna have to translate a little of what you are saying for listeners who may not understand isiZulu. But essentially, you're saying the girls had gathered there. So there was the traditional ceremony, your umhlonyana, but there was also a sweet 16, and that involved the girls marching, to use your word, on the street, right? But there was a cordoned off area where they were meant to be doing this. And you're saying this white motorist approached the girls and asked why they were topless, why they were naked. And then, okay, please continue.
And then masihamba ke sisihamba sisiza eJartin. Uma siza eJartin sibheke eJartin nabantwana, and then masibheke eJartin nabantwana laba abanye abayimpelesi bangena ngaphakathi. Uma bengena ngaphakathi bayotshintsha emgonqweni, and then uma bayotshintsha emgonqweni silinde bona ke thina. Uma silinde bona imoto ngapha ka left zibele ziyajika zibuyele emuva ziyabona ukuthi sivalile, zibele ziyajika kanjalo ziyajika ezinye zibele ziyahlonipha, and then masokuza imoto enye yokuqala yajika buyele emuva, lesi 2 yajika buyele emuva, lesi 3 yalomlungu ayizange ifune saba sesithi uyamncenga umntwana bathi uyamncenga umntwana uSinthiwe, hayi akazange Reza ageka ngale kulenye imoto beyivalile wangena nje phakathi kwabantwana wachayisa and then wamchayisa ayi-1 baphinde futhi wamchayisa reverse waphinde futhi wamchayisa kwesi-2 maqedile wabaleka.
Gosh, so you're saying that there were other cars who turned away once they were told what was going on, and they didn't, they respected what the ceremony was all about. And then you're saying this one came through the crowd, hit Tando. And you're also saying that she then reversed and hit her a second time before driving off.
And then she ran, and then after that, when bakabaleka, and then omunye untombazana wathatha imoto wamgijimisa, uSinthiwe wathi mayemgijimisa nami ngimgijimisa ngenyawo bengakaboni leso sikhathi ukuthi umntanami. And then mase ngibuya back to ngibuya ngiza khona la ngathola ukuthi umntanami lo mchayisile. And then mayecedile lapho umchayisile ngikamlimazile because umchayise ngale side lobuso waphinde wamnyathela la in the bump la esiswini kanje.
She hit her face. She hit her backside, you're saying? You tried to run after the motorist, not even aware that it was your child that had been hit. And it was only when you came back, that's when you realized what had happened.
Yes. And then after lapho ke ngisabhekile sengibele ngiyakhala and then bese bathatha lapha ejardini bese ubaba okhona athatha umntana amfake emotweni mphuthumise esibhedlela. Then bamphuthumisa esibhedlela mina bangisize ngoba ukuthi bengakhona ukuyenza lento. And then uma besesendleleni esibhedlela sisalindile ke bese bayabuya sebazothatha mina. Bafuna mina ke manje. Uma sebefuna mina mangifika esibhedlela bathi umntana seshonile.
Oh, Sibongile. My condolences. Gosh, she was rushed off to hospital, and then later you were brought in and they told you the awful, awful news. Tando had died. I'm going to bring back Mzwandile, who's the family spokesperson. Mzwandile, what happened after all of this? What did the police say? Because I understand this motorist went to go hand herself over at the police station and said that she drove through the crowd because she felt she was being attacked. What did the police say?
Okay, basically after she drove off to the police station, the police officers who came to the hospital where they met up with Tando's mother, they told Tando's mother that all what will happen now, she needs to wait for the investigating officer to contact her. That will most probably be on Monday or Tuesday. Then when she got home, she told us that story because she contacted me earlier as this whole incident was unfolding. So we drove at around about 8:30 Saturday night, the very same Saturday night. We went to Germiston police station. When we tried to inquire from the officer that was in charge of that shift that particular Saturday night, they told us that we are interfering with the investigation. There is nothing that they can do to assist us with. So two things that we went there for was for us to know if the lady was arrested, and number two, whether can Tando's mother open up a case. They told us that we are interfering with the investigation. Sunday, the following day, Sunday, we went again to Germiston police station, tried to open up a case. Now, the only thing that they told us, they said that the case has already been opened for culpable homicide, and the lady is not in the cell. The investigating officer will be in contact with us. Monday, we went to look for the investigating officer, wanting to get assistance again. Spoke to the station commander. They told us that they're going to push for the charge to be changed from culpable homicide to murder. To date, it has not yet happened. And they told us that the lady will appear on Wednesday, coming through to Germiston police station with her attorney. So on Wednesday, we marched there with the kids, hoping that we will hear that she's behind bars, only to find out that later on, we also heard via social media and other reporters that she has gotten a bail for 5,000 rands before even appearing on court.
Yeah.
So, this whole thing really is heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, the Sowetan did extensive reporting on this earlier in the week, and one of the questions was, because they spoke to the NPA, who said at that point there was no formal enrollment of this case, there was no court appearance. She was granted bail at the police station, by whom, on what basis, wasn't clear. I put out your story on my social media, on Instagram and TikTok. And one of my followers is Yasmin Omar, who is a lawyer at the Society for the Protection of Our Constitution. And Yasmin has stepped in to provide legal services pro bono. Yasmin, good morning.
Good morning, Bongani. Thank you so much for having me.
You have met with the family. Where is this matter now?
Well, I consulted with telephonically with my Sibongile and Mzwandile yesterday. And, the consultation was, as you experienced this morning, absolutely traumatic for the family. What they're going through now is absolutely traumatic. Well, as you correctly said and has been reported in the media, the accused was granted police bail in circumstances we don't understand and we need to investigate now, because we do criminal matters on a regular basis. And for a case of this magnitude to have been dealt with in the police station so quickly and bail in an amount of 5,000 rands being given to the accused so quickly, it's unheard of. What the family complained of, and you hear it from Mzwandile's comments, is that their repeated requests to the police and to the prosecuting authorities for assistance was met with obstruction. The family were told that if we tell you what is going on, you're going to interfere with the investigation. And that was simply cold. It should not have been the way the matter should have been handled. But from what we hear now, according to media reports, and this is the only way the family is getting information, they were told by the media that the accused will be appearing in court this morning in Germiston. So the first part of the proceedings that are going to happen now is that she's going to be warned of her rights. She's going to come to court and be told of her various rights to representation and to legal aid and all of that. And the matter will get postponed, and we'll see a number of postponements while she and her legal team prepare for the hearing of the matter. But what we want to ensure that the prosecution does, what our work is going to be, is to ensure that a successful prosecution eventuates, not for culpable homicide as the media indicated, but from the footage we saw, definitely a charge of murder, and we're looking at the maximum punishment for the accused in this matter.
Yasmin, I appreciate you stepping forward, because you did this purely as a response to something I'd put out on social media, and we appreciate you coming in to help the family, you and the lawyers at the Society for the Protection of Our Constitution. Sibongile, I'll let you have the last word on this. What would justice look like for you?
After that, when he's doing that at the hospital, the police came there. He write for me the statement. When she write for me the statement, mama, the case le ingayenzeka ukuthi ibe right iphinde ingabe right, because umfazi omlungu uhambile waya yena ayozibophisa emaphoyiseni, wafike washo ukuthi yena kodwa mara ngalendlela asho ngakhona yena beyangangichazeli, ngoba because mina bengithi mabeza bengithi yiwo lamaphoyisa asuka from Germiston azongichazisela ukuthi umlungu uyasho ukuthi umchayisile umntwana, so like njani uyabona, like uyasola or wenzani. Manje akuzange kube kanjalo, uyabona. And then after lapho ngisalindile, and then kuthiwe uboshiwe, and then uma kuthiwa uboshiwe ngithi mina ithi ngifonele ubaba uzazi, uyabona, ngithi baba Mzwandile ngicela uze la Germiston la uzonginceda nenkinga, and manje angisakwazi ukuthi ngihandlishe kanjani, ngoba because leseyindlula amandla ami eze ke ubaba azonginceda. And then after lapho ngisalindile kanjalo amaphoyisa, and then abhale angibuze athi bokwenze njani mama umntwana azachayiseke, ngibachazisele istory, ngibachazisele, and then bese lelo linye iphoyisa lithi kimi mama okay akunankinga, and then bese kuza futhi and then le stream aseliza ngithola i-discuss yabo manje ayisekho right lo munye athi hayi mama ala lo muntu ngeke lize lilunge ukuthi yoba ngathi
Mama Sibongile, it sounds like you did not get the help that you needed. From what you are saying, even the police officers themselves were saying it could go either way. It could go this way or that way. This motorist has handed herself over to the police, but it just doesn't seem like, from anything we've heard this morning, you got the help that you needed. We, as a media company, as 702, we want to make sure that your story is heard, and we want to make sure that justice for Tando is served. And so we're going to be with you on this journey. Yasmin has come forward, and she's doing all of this work for free of charge to make sure that you and your family get justice. I appreciate you speaking to us this morning. This will not be the last time, I can promise you that.
Current events, developing stories,
tough questions,
your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.